Alright, so I kind of wanted to make a video that, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I kind of wanted to make a gotcha moment where I explain that Yoshimitsu can't actually heal as much health as they, exaggerate with him. So let's say if I were to go in heat and I go for the most optimal route to heal with. So I do this. From what I can get from this, it's only 14 health. It's not much of anything, right? It's not really a big issue, so I don't really see what's the problem. Until then, I then test it out with white chip health. This dude can legitimately regain 50% of his actual health from the white chip health that he has been taken down onto himself from the opponent by simply doing a simple combo that's not even too difficult to perform. He gets 50% back of his health. So I can see why the community is up in arms when it comes to Yoshimitsu's overall gameplay. The fact that this dude can get 50% of his actual health back by doing a simple combo and going for a couple of flashes here and there, and that's all it takes for this dude to regain 50% of his health. Of course, I went for the optimal route, but it's still too much. Still too much. Like, it's night and day. It's legitimately night and day. If raw health, I can only gain 14 health, but with white chip I can get 50% of my overall health, then I have to agree with the community. This guy is busted. This guy is actually busted. Even though I have my biases at time to time, because if you guys, if you turn up to my streams, you'll see that when I complain, I bitch and moan about my gameplay with Yoshimitsu. Sometimes I do so bad. There are times that my samurai cutter whiffs out of nowhere, or I attempt to do something with Yoshimitsu, doesn't work out because, and all in all, even with what I am showcasing here, there are some negatives with Yoshimitsu's gameplay. Like, his neutral game is ass, his lows is okay, but he doesn't really have any decent strings that can go into lows, besides his back 1s into 3s, like he can just do this, or his 2 into down 3. These are the only strings that can go into a high, into a low, but it doesn't even have any mid to low strings. It's mostly just mid to high strings and stuff like this. Not to mention that a lot of the moves in question, like moves like down forward 1, down forward 2, up forward 3, back 2, just simple moves like that, right? Simple neutral moves you would use in the neutral can easily be stepped to both sides, but mostly to the right side, to your right side if anything, right? So you can simply just step to the right. You can beat almost anything that Yoshimitsu can, bring out. Some would say that it's to the left side, but that's because they're looking at it from the player 2 side perspective, and they're looking at Yoshimitsu from the player 1 perspective, right? So it's actually to the right side. To your right side is where Yoshimitsu's is the weakest at. So with that in mind, even though he has weaknesses, the only weakness is really just that he has poor neutral. He has poor neutral, but everything else is fine. And the fact that he has practically some of the worst side steps in the game. That's why he has back 3s and back 4s to kind of get away from. And I'm not going to try to, argue about back 3s and back 4s, because there's already a lot of people that hate it. But besides that, I have to agree with the community that this is too egregious. A character should not have the ability to simply just raw heal everything, 50% of your actual health. Because even though this is just all chipped health, it's still too much. It is still too much. Like, they need to balance this out. So maybe at the most he can get like 20%, maybe 20% of his actual health back from chipped health. But not like this. This is just too much. And this is if he's going for the optimal route. You should get like 20% back, maybe 20% back. Like, I had to even check. Let me see if I were to play Brian and how much health he would regain back from a simple combo. Alright, so I'm gonna go for the optimal combo route that I can think of with Brian and see exactly how much health he regains in return. Okay, so he's getting a lot back. So wait, is this really a problem with Yoshimitsu overall? I mean, with the most optimal combo route that Yoshi can do to get the most health and back, it is still pretty high. He can actually heal fully. But if Brian is able to do this and still gain a lot of his overall health back from white chip health, then okay, now I'm confused. I'm starting to think that this is not actually a problem for Yoshimitsu and people are actually exaggerating too much. Because if I can simply get all my health back from doing that, but then again, yeah, Yoshimitsu can still raw heal. So even if he gets the, a little bit of chip health over there in, his gameplay, you can still heal a little bit over that because of the raw healing. So yeah, I'm not too sure now. I'm not too sure now if it's such a problem. Because if Brian can do this, then any character can really get back a lot of health in return, depending on the most optimal route you can go for to regain back all of your raw health. So yeah, I am not too sure anymore. I'm gonna leave it to you guys, to be honest, because maybe I'm not testing this correctly. So you guys can comment down and you guys can let me know your overall experience, because from now what I am seeing, I'm kind of mixed. Should they nerf the overall healing capacity with his, healing properties? Or should they just keep it for what it is? Because if this is the case, then this is not really a big deal as it's being showcased. Because yeah, it's not full health from the most optimal route that Brian can go for. But still, it's like, Brian is a character that's all about damage, and he's getting more damage across than what Yoshimitsu's getting from his overall optimal route. And his route is for healing, not really for damage. And Brian still got at least, at part, close to full health. So yeah, I'm not too sure anymore. Yeah, you guys can let me know. You guys can let me know. So if you guys like the video, like the video. If not, you can dislike it, and it's just me rambling and what. And yeah, bye bye.